Yeah, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to the show. I am your host, Jay Sports, and we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about Cooper Flag and the historical rookie season he's having, a top 5 rookie all time, top 10 definitively rookie all time. Angel Reese got traded. What are the Chicago Sky doing? What does this mean for Land Dream? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Thunder, NBA playoffs, who's going to win the East. Cade is questionable, could be coming back. We got a lot of topics, a lot of things to get into. UCLA women's basketball, shout out for them for winning at Natty. They were the best team, and they ultimately dissuaded. We're gonna talk about Lauren Betts and her draft stock. Has it went up, went down? What team could use her, should use her? We got a lot to talk about today's show. But today we're gonna top off today's show with no other than the Angel Reese trade. Breaking news: Angel Reese got traded. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it coming. It came out of nowhere. Well, I didn't even know Chicago Sky was shopping the young lady. It just can't. I just saw, just like you guys all, saw she just had been traded. The compensation was, I don't think the compensation was worth it. I I don't understand why you trade Angel Reese. I'm a big fan of Angel Reese. She's one of my favorite players to watch in the W. Good rebounder, good defender. She needs work on her scoring. If I had to give her NBA comparison, it'd be Mose Malone, best player, the closest one I could think to it. But she's a good passer, good playmaker. So Angel Reese was ultimately traded to the Atlanta Dream. Dreamer getting a 2027 first round pick and a 2028 first round pick to Chicago Sky for the two-time All-Star and a 2028 second round swap rights. So basically, you gave up Angel Reese for two low first rounders because obviously the Atlanta Dream are a team that's going to be a top 5 team in the W. They're going to be a playoff team. I mean, those picks are basically second rounder picks, to be honest with you. They basically have the value of second rounders. They're going to be late picks. Yeah. Um, I don't think they should trade Angel Reese. I don't know what the Chicago Sky is. I don't know what their vision is. I don't know what they're trying to do. How they try? Are they in rebuild mode? If they are, they're doing a horrible job. I don't know what they have going on. So when you look at some of the moves that the Chicago Sky have made last season, they traded away the third pick, which to the Washington Mystics, would turn out to be Sonia Citron. And then they had a 2027 first round pick swap and a 2027 second round pick to the Mystics, to the Washington Mystics for Ariel Atkins. We see how that worked out. They had one of the worst records in the league. They had the second worst. And because they traded to Washington ended up getting a high draft pick once again. And then the Sky sent out the 17th pick to the Portland Fire. Then the 21st pick. Then they traded 26th pick to Toronto Temple, another expansion team. So they traded away basically both their first round picks to expansion teams on the to protect their players. There's nobody on Chicago Sky that was worth that they were going to draft in their expansion draft. I'm gonna be honest with you, there's nobody. The roster is not good. The players are okay. They just don't have the players don't fit whatever they're trying to do. They just don't lump together very well. Last season, you had one of the worst records in the WNBA, which allowed what's to call it, Minnesota to have the second round pick because you made a trade with them, I think a season or 2 seasons ago. So now they get a high draft pick. So I don't understand what are we doing here? So basically, you lost out Angel Reese, Sonia Citron, 2027 first round pick swap. number 17th pick in this year's draft, the number 26th pick in this year's draft, a 2022 second round pick, and a 2028 second round pick. And you brung in Ariel Atkins, the number 26 pick in this year's draft, a Dreams first round protected pick in 2027, and the Dreams first round pick in 2028. So basically, by trading Angel Reese, you're probably going to be worse than the Mystics, clearly. You're clearly going to be worse than the Mystics. And then you could be able to swap the first round picks. If they want to swap the first round picks, it's totally up to them. And on top of that, you traded for Ariel Atkins, who's an unrestricted free agent, and you don't have the number 2 pick in this draft because, again, it was owed to Minnesota because the deal you got to get Angel Reese in the 2024 draft, and because y'all so horrible, y'all just gave them a top 2 player in the draft. Since Angel Reese has been on the Sky, they have combined for a 23-61 record. The only good player you have outside of Angel Reese was Carmelo Cardoza. Hopefully the number 5 pick that they can add this year, in the 2025 first round pick in Ashka Silva. I don't know if I'm saying her name wrong. She's overseas. Hopefully she comes over this season. She's obviously gonna be starter. I don't think she's gonna be a role player. You got HVL, Henry Van Liff, and Maddie Westville. You better hope they improve during their rookie seasons. If not, I don't know what to tell you. They're not a free agent destination. Nobody wants to play over there. Nobody wants to play with Angel Reese. I mean, not with Angel Reese, excuse me. Nobody wants to play with Chicago Sky because their offense is clearly incompetent, as we see year in, year out. And what player wants to be with an incompetent team that's not going to compete for nothing? The only way you go into the Chicago Sky is if you trying to resurrect your career somehow. And you're just hoping for the best at that point. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing. The Chicago Sky are cooked. They need to trade this franchise at this point. I don't know. I think you didn't even give time for her and Camila Cardoza to really develop and mesh well. One of the biggest problems for Chicago Sky that they never really fixed, if you ask me, was they needed a point guard that could set up these two ladies and give them easy looks. So they wouldn't have to rely on so much self-creation. Chicago Sky is probably going to be a top 5 worst team. They don't even with that being said, they don't even get to keep their pick this season if they are a top 5 bottom team. So I don't understand what's going to happen with them. Like this franchise is cooked. GG's. I don't know what you do with this. So when we look at Angel Reese, who's entering the prime of her career, she won a championship in Unrivaled. She's the Rookie of the Year runner-up, 2-time All-Star, 2-time rebounding champion, averaged a career double-double. She has 5.2 million Instagram followers. She's the greatest rebounder in WNBA history. She broke records, then broke her own records for rebounds. She's me bound. She rebounds, she bounds, he bounds, me bounds. Shout out to Angel Reese. Y'all want to hear something funny? Angel Reese went for more first round picks than what Luka Doncic was traded for. She went for 2. Luka only went for 1. Funny how life works sometimes, ain't it? That's just hilarious. Utterly hilarious. Shout out to Mike Malone. As we all know, North Carolina fired their head coach after losing in the tournament. Or not making it. Did North Carolina make the tournament this year? Because I really don't remember. I think they did. I think they lost in like the first round. So now you're going to get Mike Malone and what's his name? Bill Belichick. So you get 2 Hall of Fame coaches, very good coaches. After they Yeah, they lost in the first round. They got upsetted by VCU, which was insane work. They were a 6 seed. VCU was 11. They got upset. They lost. Shout out to Mike Malone. He's now getting a job in the college ranks. We're going to see how it's going. As you know, in college programs, it takes a while to build them up. So we're gonna see how that goes. The Chicago Bulls have fired their vice president of basketball, Arthur. I don't even know how to say this brother's name, and general manager Mark Iversley. Yeah, shout out to the Bulls. I guess they're making a lot of changes. And can we talk about UCLA? Shout out to Lauren Betts. Shout out to that whole team, that whole women's team. They just balled out in this tournament. They were just suffocating on defense. Lauren Betts was just suffocating. They didn't know what to do, where to go. She basically UCLA shut down South Carolina's offense. It was bad. It was nasty work. I ain't gonna lie. Joyce terrible. Tessa was the only one that shot good in this. She was the best player for South Carolina. Tanaya Lawson shot terrible. Raven Johnson shot terrible. As a team, they shot 29% from the field, 13% from three. You're not winning a game. You got out rebounded 37-49. You ain't gonna win many games getting out rebounded. You got out rebounded on offensive glass, 21-17. And because you got out rebounded on offensive glass, that led to more chances for UCLA. And I'll be honest with y'all, this was a team effort. There was like no star player for UCLA. On the Lauren Betts and Gabriella Jaime Jaquez little sister or sister. I don't know if that's his little sister, but his sister. They were pivotal in this game with their rebounding on glass. Lauren Betts had 11, and Gabriella Jaquez had 10. Out of 10 rebounds, they grabbed 8. So 4 and 4 from each of them, which was really big in this game. We talk about a team that had a lot of seniors, a team that was led by seniors. They won their first championship in their school's history. I mean, it was just phenomenal to see what they did and how they did it. UCLA is the first team to ever host opponent to under 30% shooting overall and under 15% shooting from three in a national title game, men's or women's. Shout out to UCLA for having this historic game and doing what they did. Shout out to Corey Close because she never gave up on UCLA. She was hired in 2011, and now in 2026 she's a champion. A couple of years later, um, almost 20 plus years later. It takes Rome wasn't built in a day, especially in college basketball. It's going to take time. It's not just going to happen. The seniors on UCLA scored every single point for the Bruins in the Final Four. Gabrielle Jaquez, 31. Lauren Betts, 30. Gina Key Pickens, 25. Kiki Rice, 21. Angela Dungaluk, 13. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. And Charlisa Walker, 10 points. So when you have a veteran team like UCLA is, seniors that know each other, have played with each other for 4 years, they know each other's tendency, they know where they like the ball, this is the result you get. And which is even more crazy about this team is they're not great at creating their own shot. They don't have shot creators on this team. You can argue Lauren Betts is shot creator, that's cool. But if you watch how they play, a lot of their offense is based off of catch and shoots, just finding the open person and getting the open shot. You don't have no one person who can dominate the ball and say, hey, go give me a bucket. You can argue again, Lauren Bettis. You can argue it's her, Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts. She is a mismatch nightmare down there on the low block. She's great down there. The only problem I had watching some of the game was I don't understand why they keep running her so high on the three-point line. And then a lot of these plays, she's diving to the basket or they're dribble handoffs for her. I don't like that. I think she should have been on the low block more, dominating more, but that's me personally. But shout out to UCLA as they did something historical and great. So this is their first title in school history and the second time a Big Ten team has won. Man, this is a great team. I was going to make, what, I'm not going to say that no more. So when we look at Lauren Betts and what she did at UCLA, she's a national champion, NCAA tournament player, NCAA tournament MOP. She's a two-time All-P All-American, Big Ten Player of the Year, two-time Big Ten Player Depoy, two-time first-team All Big Ten, two-time 10 All Defensive Team, All Pac-12 team, and Pac-12 All Defensive Team. She's entering the draft. A lot of people think the Dallas Wings should take her at number 1. She's projected to be a top 5 pick. The girl is going to be great at the next level. She's proven it. She's showing it. Shout out to Lauren Betts, man, and UCLA women's basketball team for ultimately getting the job done. They beat South Carolina. They beat Dawn Staley. Shout out to them, man. So Luka is going to Europe to get a specialized medical treatment. Yeah, he ain't getting that. I don't know what they doing over there, but it ain't gonna be that. He gonna be doing some other things. He gonna be getting in some trouble. Y'all know what I'm saying? Look at Don is over here getting in some trouble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. The Lakers are cooked. If anybody watched the game last night, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. The Lakers are getting fried right now. Also, when this talked about Cooper Flag for a bit, let me see if I can find these Cooper Flag posts. Let me see. Let's talk about the greatness known as Coop. There it is. Cooper Flag ranks on the Mavs. He's first in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. He's on pace for the first rookie to do this since Michael Jordan. So since the 80s. So almost a little bit over 30 years. Close to a little bit over about years. Can we talk? He had a 51-point game, a 49-point game, a 42-point game, 36, 35, 34, 30. Listen, man. Cooper Flag has potential to be the best player in the league, a top 3 player in the league, the best two-way player in the league, and ultimately reach heights with the Dallas Mavericks that Luka could never reach or is going to, or the Luka Doncic never reach or could reach. We talk about this guy. This guy wants to be better. This guy is looking for a championship. He went up to have 45 points against the Lakers last night. He is the youngest player in NBA history to record 45-point games in back-to-back games. Friday versus Orlando, an elite defense, a top 10 defense in the league, he had 51. Over the last games, Cooper has recorded 96 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists. He joins Wade Chamberlain, who did it 5 times, of course, the mythical man. Are the only rookies who record 95 plus points over a 2-game span. Flag is the first rookie this century to record back-to-back 40-point games. Can y'all guess who was the last person to do this? It was Allen Iverson is the last person to do this. Most 40-point games by a rookie in the last 50 years, Cooper is number 4. He's number 3 all-time with 4. Iverson had 5, MJ had 7. But shout out to Cooper, man. He's having a historical rookie season. Versus last night, he recorded his 4th career game with 40-plus points, passing LeBron James for the most 40-point games by teenagers in NBA history. He also was the youngest player to get 45-plus points, 5-plus rebounds, and 5-plus assists in a game. Man, Cooper, man. He's clearly the rookie of the year. I don't know how you even think it's Con Canuple at this point. I'm sorry, but he just wiped the floor with Con Canuple. Respectfully, it is what it is. Cooper Flag has been balling this season. He's doing many great things. 40-point games as a rookie. LeBron had 1. Cooper had 4. Excuse me. As we are watching Cooper Flag, this man is on the same tier as a rookie Michael Jordan, a rookie LeBron. Cooper is on par with top 5 players we ever seen all time, top 10 players all time. And what he's doing on the Mavericks is just fascinating. You thought he was going to be able to play with Kyrie and AD. They get hurt. And I think with them getting hurt, it became a blessing in disguise for Cooper Flag because he's now showing what he could really do as his number 1 pick. He has the ultimate green light. He has the keys to the city. And he doesn't really have to share the spotlight. He's facing number 1 coverages, number 1 defenses, the best defender every night he's facing. And he's showing y'all right now, and as a rookie who's still learning the game, who's still getting better, who hasn't reached his peak, who hasn't reached their prime, what he could do. His year 1 to year 2 jump, I can't wait to see. As we close out this season, I think Cooper's going to be in the gym 24/7, 25/8. Yeah, Cooper is up next. Concanupple is great, but guess what? Concanupple is good, but Cooper is better. It is what it is. Respectfully, he's a good guy, great guy. But yeah, Cooper is making his way for himself. Being one of the best players we ever seen. Yeah. Shout out to Coop, man. Coop, there it is. Coop, there it is. Shout out to Cooper Flag, man. I don't think we're ever going to see a rookie as good as him or even reach the heights that he's reaching right now. But yeah, shout out to Cooper Flag, man. One of the best, if not the best. This rookie season he's having is insane, man. I don't think we're ever going to see another one like it ever again. What he's doing, how he's doing it, it's just Cooper, man. Cooper is just a great player, a great 3-level scorer, a guy who can get to the cup at any time, a guy who can score. He's going to be one of the all-time greats, man. When it's ultimately said and done. But yeah. All right, everybody, that's the end of today's show. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all stay tuned for Thursday. We're going to talk about playoffs, the matchups, who we going to think. Who I think my predictions come out the East, the West, who's going to come out to play in. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes. Make sure y'all follow me. Where is it? Y'all know where to find me at, man. It's right there on the screen. TikTok, crazyshotjosh. I cover NBA, NFL, WNBA, college basketball, college football. You know I do all the sports, man. We out here. You can find me on Twitter at crazyshotjosh. You can find me at YouTube, J Sports Universe. If you're seeing this over there, make sure you follow the button, like the video. Y'all know the vibes, man. On Instagram, you can find me at JSports00, man. If you want to get on the show and debate me, y'all already know what to do. 2 rules: be respectful, don't be a casual. Those are the only 2 rules I have. You can find me on any social media platforms. Hit me up, be like, hey, yo, I want to be on the show. I'll bring you on the show. I'll give you a time. You tell me a time that works for you. Well, I'll work with your schedule, but we'll make something happen. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy, man. Your favorite TikToker's favorite TikToker, your favorite streamer's favorite streamer, your favorite YouTuber, favorite YouTuber. Y'all know the vibes. Your favorite social media person's social media person